me see if this is working. Hi, good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, someone very special is celebrating his birthday, and we're going to be decorating a lovely cake. So the theme of the cake, you know those short cakes? That's what the cake is. I've already filled the cake, crumb coated it, and it's all stacked together. So now I'm going to move on to applying a second layer of buttercream to the cake, and then we're going to be coloring some black buttercream. Let me just wait for like a few minutes for others to join us while I get everything out and ready. If you've got any questions, please pop your questions in the comment section. I will see them and I will answer them, okay? Thank you so much. This is the cake. I'm going to be covering this cake completely in black buttercream. I know a lot of us bakers struggle with getting the perfect black buttercream, but today we are going to solve that problem, alright? Let me put the cake back in the fridge while I work on the black buttercream. So what I like to do for my black buttercream, I decorated a whole lot of cakes last night, so I have a lot of leftover colors of buttercream. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to squeeze out all of those colors in one container. Squeezing out all the colors in one container. So every color that you have left over. So we have some yellow, some different shades of blue. Some white. Hi, Linda. Thank you so much for joining, darling. Lovely to have you here. So I've emptied out all of my piping bags. Let's get rid of that. I'm going to be keeping this towel at hand. Loads of wiping up to do. This is some chocolate buttercream. And I've got some white buttercream here. Are you excited to see this cake? Hi, Carol. Thank you so much for joining, darling. I'm doing fine today. I'm decorating a lovely cake. The cake is already filled and stacked. We're just going to apply the final coat and design it. So once you have all the colors inside the bowl, just give it a good little whip. Whip everything up. I'm going to add a bit more buttercream to it because I think I will need more than what's inside here. What happened to the... That's what I'm decorating. So that lovely chocolate cake that I made, that's the cake that I'm decorating right now. I am sure that I'm going to need some more buttercream. That will not be enough. So I'm just adding in a bit more. So the first lesson of this live video is basically how to get a nice black buttercream. Hey Kyle! How are you? Once I have that, I'm going to go ahead and mix in some cocoa powder. The thing about black buttercream is that you need to start off with a very dark color or a chocolate base. So I'm going to turn my buttercream into chocolate by mixing in some cocoa powder. Let me put my apron on, guys. I know you will soon come. Where is your apron? My apron is right here. It's right here, okay? Please share this live video and ask your questions as we go along. We don't want to miss anything, alright? Make sure to sift your cocoa powder, okay? So it's going in. And be generous. It will only add flavor to your buttercream. So don't be stingy with the cocoa powder, okay? Don't be stingy with it. And my cocoa powder is in. I'm going to slowly mix that in. Are you seeing clearly what is happening here? Oh my gosh. Guys, if you're baking, it's good to have a little handheld mixer, okay? Very convenient to have. And I'm going to use it now to deepen my buttercream color. I'm fine. I'm making some lovely cake. Very good, Linda. Thank you so much. Use it in my handheld mixer now, just to mix in the cocoa powder very well. So once you have a nice chocolate base working with, now I'm going to start adding in my black food color. So excited. The black colors that I have here, I have a bit of Wilton Black, that's finishing. And I have some Pro Gel black food color, and a bit of Color Mill. Sure, it's not going to be enough, but I'm adding in all of them. Everything is going in. I'm shaking everything out, guys. If you see me doing something that you're not clear about, drop your question in the comment section, okay? We're all here to learn something new today. So make sure to ask your questions. And you can go ahead and share the live video. Go ahead and share. This is like done. I don't even know why I have this container. Oh my gosh. Alright. Rest in peace to this one. We're going to add in the Pro Gel now. Hello Nikita. Thank you so much for joining, darling. I am finishing the decoration for that chocolate cake that we started last night. Guys, this is why I don't like to use black buttercream. It gets everywhere. So once you have a good amount of black color inside there, I'm going to go ahead and whip this baby up again. People, just give this live video a thumbs up, please. While you're here, just hit the thumbs up to like the live video. When everybody likes it, YouTube will tell others that I'm live and more people will join us. So just like the video, please. Thank you for liking. Look at that. Do you see how nice and dark that is? And the good thing about black food color or black buttercream is that over time the black deepens. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pop this in the microwave for 10 seconds and it's going to get very runny. And then I'm going to mix again. So we're combining the emulsion method and the microwave method to get the best result for our black buttercream. This is an handheld mixer, so it's not really the emulsion mixer, but you get what I'm saying. I'm using the mixer to mix it up, whip it up a bit, and then I'm going to microwave it. Ta-da! A full 10 seconds in the microwave. Let me just clean the table up a bit. And wash my hands because black buttercream is everywhere. Okay. Are you seeing any changes in the color? It's definitely looking a bit darker. But we're going to whip it up again. And yes, it does need a bit more black food color. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. I'm trying to melt this tube. Let's get everything out there. I'm going to mix again. Back in the microwave for another 10 seconds. So once it's in the microwave for 10 seconds again, I'll whip it up again and you're going to see the difference. Where are you watching from, guys? Can you drop a comment to let me know where you're watching from? And please like the live video. Just double tap and like the video. Look at that. Lovely Coral is in East London. Nice. If I should just leave this buttercream on the countertop or just let it sit for a few hours, you'd be surprised to see how much the black develops and get really, really black. With that being said, I'm not going to be adding any more black food color to it. I'll just whip it up again for another few seconds and then I'll start applying it to my cake. Don't worry, when it gets onto the cake, it will be jet black, super black. Mixer is off. Now we can drop these in here. I'm going to move on now to applying the buttercream to the cake. Let me see if there's any more black left in this. I just want to get rid of the tube. Black is everywhere. Let me get my hands clean, clear the table a bit, and start decorating the lovely cake. Jamaican in the building. This is the cake. This is an offset spatula. This spatula with the dip in here and come like that. This is an offset spatula. And this is the spatula we're going to be using to apply the buttercream to this cake. Guys, look at that. This buttercream, it is so soft and smooth. So fun to apply. There are many ways in which you can apply your buttercream to your cake, but this is my preferred method. I flood the top first and cover the top, and then I work my way around the sides. You can also fill a piping bag with your buttercream and pipe it all the way around the cake, and then you smooth it out. But this works a bit better for me. Do they have different spatula? Yes, they do have quite a lot of different spatulas. Why can't I find my things? So this is a straight spatula, the flat straight one. And they have them in small size, medium size, and bigger sizes. This is an offset spatula. They have it in small, medium, and large as well. And this spatula is one that you can use to put on, you know, those petal patterns on the cake. This is like a pointy edge spatula, and it's still offset. Okay, so we're applying the cake. Nikita, doesn't black buttercream stain your teeth and your well, yes, it does stain it a bit, but not permanently, of course. But what I'd suggest you do, whenever I'm using black buttercream, I try to apply a very thick crumb coat. So a thicker crumb coat with a plain white color, and then I apply a very thin coat of the black buttercream. So it's just to give it color, not necessarily to cover the entire cake. So that's something that can be done. A thicker crumb coat and a thicker base coat with a plain color like white buttercream, and then you apply a very thin coat of the black buttercream. Okay, let me see if I can turn so you see exactly how this is the motion I use to apply my buttercream. Do you see how smooth this buttercream is, guys? Are you seeing how smooth this is and how easy it is for me to apply it? How satisfying is that? You are most welcome, Nikita. Now I'm smoothing the top of my cake. Just smooth it as best as you can. Going around it a few times with the scraper. Remember guys, you won't just go around the cake one time and get a nice smooth finish. You have to go around it a few times. The more you go around the cake, then you'll start seeing which bit of the cake can take a little bit more buttercream, and you just fill in the missing spots as you go along. As you go around the cake, you will see where more buttercream is needed, okay? I'm switching over now to a longer straight edge spatula. Side scraper, I meant. And as I'm going around the sides, I am seeing that the top of the cake needs a bit more buttercream. It's a process, guys. Just trust the process and take your time. No need to rush through these phases. Take your time and apply more buttercream as needed. Black buttercream is so messy. Oh my gosh. I get asked this question so many times, and the big question is, how do I achieve sharp edges on my cakes? We're going to work on some sharp edges now. The thing is that you need to start working on your sharp edges. The moment you start putting your cake layers together, you need to have sharp edges in the back of your mind, because the way you lay these layers, the way you fill them, the height of your layers, and everything will affect how much of a sharp edge you get for your final cake product. What I like to do is that I put the buttercream on the cake and let it raise a bit above the edge of the cake, above the actual height of the cake. Then I get my offset spatula and I'm going to pull the buttercream in to the middle of the cake. Look at that. Is this clear? And this is not a one-time thing, guys. You have to do it a few times. It's not one time and bop, straight edges, no. I'm going to go ahead and pop this cake in the freezer for like 5 to 10 minutes while I work on the fondant bits that will be going on the cake. Also, I want this layer of buttercream to set well so that I can go around it a few more times and get the sides very nice and smooth and the edges straight. When I say black buttercream is a mess, it is. Oh my gosh. It's very pretty, mind you. It's very pretty, but ooh, look at that. Thank you so much. Thank you. And day by day, I'm getting better at making cakes. Logan, I am originally from Jamaica, but I'm living in the UK. I'm going to pop this in the freezer. Do you see how nice and straight my cake is sitting? Very, very important. I'm going to pop this in the freezer now so that this layer of buttercream can set up very well while I work on the fondant bits for this cake. Are you excited? Let me wash my hands. Cake is going in the freezer now. Let me get this out of the way a bit. While I'm waiting for the cake, guys, I made some red velvet cupcakes last night. They're out of this world amazing. So amazing. While the cake is in the freezer, I'm going to show you how to make a very cool, super cool, cute and easy, like out of this world easy Halloween themed cupcake. So this is my cupcake. I literally just flooded the top of it with some black buttercream. You need a cookie. This is going to be so easy. So easy. I'm getting some white buttercream now. It's just 1 cupcake, so a small amount is fine. Oh no. I'm going to pipe some white buttercream on my cupcake. Smoothing the top a little bit. There are many ways to get the top flat, but I'm just doing this because I'm kind of rushing. But another thing you can do, you can invert the top of the cake on some parchment paper and set it in the fridge for a little while. And the top will be very flat and smooth. Okay. Once you get the top like that, you're going to pop a cookie on top of it. Somebody tell me what it is I'm making. I'm going to put a cookie on top. Do you know what I'm making? Ronaldo, hi. Thank you so much for joining. Look at this. Look at that. What do you think about this cupcake? It's a spider. Is it that the comments are taking long to come in, or is it that no one is commenting? Let me know. Anyways, a cute little spider cupcake that you can do with your kids and with your friends and family, everybody. Just do it and enjoy it for the Halloween, okay? Anyways, let's set that aside and get back to business. You are welcome. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me just clear my table because we're going to be working with some white fondant now. I don't want my white fondant to have black spots all over it. So I'm just going to clean up the table. And then get ready for the white fondant. All right. Hi, Nordia. How are you doing? Look at my spider cupcake. Look at that. Black is still everywhere. Anyways, as I've said multiple times, when I'm making toppers for cakes and making just little fondant bits for cake, I use regular store-bought fondant. So Aldi's fondant, Sainsbury's fondant, whatever fondant it is, that's the fondant that I use. Yes, darling, it's a live video. You're seeing me in true colors, okay? I'm just kneading my fondant a bit. You need a little rolling pin. Oh, thank you so much, Carol. Thank you. Whenever I'm working with fondant, I like to have a bit of Crisco at hand. It prevents my fondant from sticking. Also, I'm going to knead in a bit of Tylose powder into my fondant just for it to dry a bit hard. We need to move fast because I don't want to keep that cake in the fridge for too long. This is my exercise for the day, muscle work. I'm going to be making a little vest for the cake. So it's a short cake. You'll see the design coming together slowly as I go along. I want to make a little vest. So I'm going to go ahead and measure the actual length of the cake, the actual height of the cake, so I can get the correct measurement for my vest, okay? So the cake is actually 17 centimeters in height, and that's the height that we want for the vest. So let's get ready. Let's get ready. This is some cornstarch. The cornstarch helps me to roll out my fondant without having it sticking everywhere. And that's what we are gonna do. And you see me looking to the side sometime. I'm actually looking at a reference photo. So don't think I'm going crazy. So we did say the height of the cake is 17 centimeters, so we've got a little room to play with. This is called an X-Acto blade. I'm using an X-Acto blade to cut away the parts of the fondant that I don't need. Let me see if I measured correctly. So this is the first bit that we want, guys. Are you familiar with this shape? What does it look like? A little tuxedo. Okay, Carol, have a lovely evening. You will definitely see the end result. Okay, I'll take some photos and some videos as I go along. And you can always come back to YouTube and finish watching the live video. All right? Take care, darling. Okay, I'm going to sit that aside. These little bits are very important, guys. So all of those things, I'm just cutting them out and putting them aside. We've got one final bit to cut out now. You know that collar at the neck? We're going to be working on that. To help me to keep the shape of my collar, I'm going to be using this little cutter. It's a, what's the size of it? I think it's a, I don't know the size. Anyways, that's what we're using to help us with the top. We don't want this bit to be too thin. If it's too thin, it may not stand up well on the cake. My little mat is sliding away too much, so I'm using this non-slip mat. As I say, I have them in bundle. So I keep a piece on my turntable, and if I'm doing things like this on the table and things are moving around, I just put it underneath to prevent things from sliding. So you want this to be long enough to wrap around the full length of that circle. Normally, I wouldn't keep the cake in the freezer for this long. Just a few minutes to firm things up. So you could actually take it out now. I'm just finishing up this bit. I free-handedly cut that just now. Anyways. Like this is perfect. This is the color, guys. Do you understand what it is that I'm doing? Is that shape familiar? Do you see what's happening here? Alright, in order to get my fondant pieces very hard, I am going to actually put them in the oven for a little while. I'm going to preheat the oven to 100 degrees Celsius for about 5-10 minutes. Then I switch it off. While the oven is still warm, I'll pop this. There's just a bit inside there because I want this part to be standing on the cake. Alright, well that's there. Let's work on a little bow tie, okay? A little bow tie, bow tie. A little bow tie, bow tie. Are you enjoying this live video? Please double tap. Don't mind me when you see me do that. I'm just throwing fondant bits in my sink. Okay? We need to make a cute little bow. I think I'm gonna use this. Love me. Look at that bow. Do you see how cute it is? I'm decorating a lovely cake. Beeson, why you tempt me with fish? You want me to come over there? Do you want me to come and take that fish? Look at this cute bow, guys. I'm decorating a lovely cake for a birthday. Don't worry, we're almost there. Before I go any further with my fondant pieces, let me get the cake out of the freezer and finish covering it. So everything is going to get black and messy again. Drum roll, guys, drum roll. The cake is coming out. Look at that. Look at this black beauty. I'm just going to fill in the spots. This cake is like very hard. Very, very hard. I'm just going around the sides and filling in any pockets that needs filling in. Then I'm going to go around a few times with this. See you later, Kyle. Take care. We've got to move fast. The cake is very cold. That means the buttercream will set up very fast on the cake. Do you see how nice and neat this is? Are you guys seeing this? While the cake is like this and the edges are still not sharp, I'm going to pop the cake back in the fridge, just in the refrigerator. Then when the frosting gets a bit hard, I'm going to cut away the top bit, and that will leave me with very sharp, perfect edges. While the cake is in the fridge, I'll work on the white fondant to cover the cake board. Are you excited to see the finished product, guys? I am excited too. Stick around. So my nice smooth cake is in the fridge. I'm not going to really need this again. I can get rid of some of these black things now. All right. So I've got my little, hi Camille. This extra buttercream, I can actually freeze it. Or it's Halloween. I have quite a few cupcakes to decorate. So I may just decorate those cupcakes in some Halloween theme, maybe tomorrow. But yes, I can always refreeze the leftover, freeze the leftover buttercream. Alright guys, I need to make some button for the shirt. The shirt needs some buttons, okay? And we are going to work on those buttons right now. Along with the button, the design, it has quite a few gold balls. These styrofoam balls. So I'm adding on a few of them. I'm just going to cover these balls in fondant and paint them gold. My shortening again, some cocktail sticks. I'm just going to rub some shortening all over the balls. So I apply shortening all over the ball and I'm just covering it with the fondant. Once I've covered it, I'm just going to roll until I get a nice smooth ball. If there are any questions, please pop them in the comment section. And please like the video while you're here. Once I have the ball covered in fondant, I'm going to insert a little cocktail stick. Like that. And look at this. It's a gold edible spray. I'm going to spray this baby gold. One spray will not do it, guys. So I'm going to let this first coat of spray dry. Once this first spray dry, I'll give it another coat. But yeah, look at that. Isn't she lovely? Once this dries, I'll spray again. I'll just stick the balls here. And I'll continue working on the others. Roll out your fondant, fit your ball in, and cover it. Take off the excess fondant and give your ball a roll. Again, I'm inserting a little cocktail stick and I'm gonna spray. One coat will not do. I'm just spinning the ball because it's liquid, so I'm just spinning it just to give it an even coat, alright? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover all the balls with the fondant and then I do the spraying all at once. Just a few more left to go. Is this new to you? Are you learning something? Are you liking this video? Remember, this video will always be on YouTube. So if at a later date you're re-watching it and you have any questions, please ask your questions. I will see the questions and I'll answer them, okay? Remember to follow me over on my TikTok, follow me on Instagram and all of my social media platforms. Every product that I use, or almost all of my products that I use in my videos, I buy from Amazon. I am an Amazon affiliate marketer. So if you purchase anything using any links that I post, I do get a small commission, okay? Look at that. I'm going to repeat this step with all of the balls, okay? How long do you have to leave it heated in the oven for? Like 5 to 10 minutes. You turn the oven on for, and then you turn it off, after which you put the toppers in there when it cools down a bit. You can leave the toppers, if you're not rushing, you can leave them in there overnight, or you can leave them in there for like 10 to 15 minutes. They will be a bit soft initially, but then they will just get hard. So if you're making last minute cupcake toppers or whatever topper you're making, this is a perfect way to do it. Oh my gosh. That's it. Yes, that is shortening. I'm just using it to help the fondant to stick to these styrofoam balls. Guys, remember, if you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'd appreciate it if you do. And please watch the videos, alright? There are loads of educational content there. Three more balls to go. Oh my gosh. I'm just rolling balls all day. Two more to go, guys. Two more to go. And the final one. Once all of these bits are finished, the cake is going to come together like so quickly. So these are all of my balls. I'm just going to spray them all at once. Look at that. Golden balls. They will all get dried in a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and get the cakes out of the oven. Not the cakes. I'm going to get the cake out of the fridge and start working on it again. Let me wash my hands. I'm back. Anyways. Look at this cake, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Alright, I'm going to take this knife, this very sharp knife, and I'm going to cut away the edge of this cake. Sharp edges you want, sharp edges you'll get. Are you seeing sharp edges yet? Is this making sense, guys? Do you see what I just did? I'm just going to fill in the tiny little spots that needs filling in. And I'll go around the top of my cake a few times. Like that. Then of course I'm going around the sides again. And the moment we all have been waiting for, sharp edges. Let me know if you're seeing sharp edges, guys. Look at that. Do you see how nice, clean, and sharp this cake edge is? This is how we do it. Anyways, let's get started on the final design of the cake. I'm really running behind time, as always. Let me get my hand clean again, because I'm going to roll out some white fondant to cover the bottom of the cake. I'm decorating a birthday cake. So I'm going to cover my cake board with some white fondant. While you're here, I'd appreciate if you give the video a like, guys. Just give it a thumbs up. If you're liking it, of course. If not, I'm sorry. But yeah. Again, I'm getting my cornstarch. I'm going to show you a very cool way to cover your cake boards, okay? I'm gonna roll out a circle. Keep the circle shape. Once I have a nice flat fondant that is big enough to cover my entire cake board, I'm going to go ahead. My cake is 6 inches round, so I'm going to cut out a 6-inch circle from the middle of this fondant. Using my X-Acto blade again. Once I've cut all the way through it, I'm now going to lift out the middle bit that I cut out. That's not the important bit. So I'm lifting it out like that. What you want to do, you need to immediately decide which part of your cake is the front of your cake and which part of your cake is the back of your cake. So this is the front of my cake, and that's the bit I need to start covering first, because I want the margin of the fondant to be at the back. So I'm going to cut down one side of the fondant like that. Put some cornstarch on it so when I flip it over on itself, it doesn't stick. Then I'm going to get some water and wet the cake board so that my fondant sticks to it. Just cleaning off the fondant, the cake board a bit, and at the same time applying some water to get it wet. Alright, once that's done, are you seeing clearly what's happening? I'm going to now cover my cake board with some fondant. Starting at the front, guys. Did you see clearly what I'm doing? Try to move fast, guys. The fondant can break, and we don't want that happening. So at the back of the cake where the fondant overlaps, I'm just cutting away, cutting it where it overlaps, and then take away the excess fondant. Like that. Now I'm going to be using this little side scraper to cut away the excess fondant from around the cake. I always decorate my cake boards. Look at that. Do you see how simple and cool that was? Now I'm going to move on to the final bits of decorating the cake. Do you remember this? We're going to put it on at the front of the cake. Is this looking familiar, guys? I'm going to get some water now and apply that strip of fondant to the middle of this. Is this looking familiar? Look at that. Isn't this looking so cute? Let's sit this aside a bit. And I need to color this bowl gold. I need some buttons as well, guys. So you know the shirt need button, right? Let me work on my buttons while you admire this beauty. I do have some button molds, but they're too big for this cake, so I'm going to have to make them by myself without the assistance of a mold. Yes, it is slowly and surely coming together, right? Alright, so I just use a small, this is what I'm using to cut the buttons out. Then I'm going to use the top of this nozzle to mark an indent over it. Like that. I just use the back of this paintbrush to mark some indents of the holes on it. Thank you, darling. I'm going to spray everything gold again using my gold spray. I'm gonna let them dry. I want them to dry fast. You're not seeing it, but I'm actually rushing. I need to leave this house by 6 o'clock, okay? And it's now 5:41. I'm always late. Why? Camila, you caused that, you know, from university days. Since I met you, I've always been late. Alright, they're drying now. I'm just going to work on the shirt sleeve, you know, that little jacket thingy. And for that, I'm using some black fondant. Yes, Camille, you are the problem. Guys, this cake is going to look so stunning. Like, I'm so pleased with it. Look at that. I'm loving this cake so much. So much. Alright. Let me test out my skills now. Exacto blade again. Do you guys hear Octavia? She's being so fussy. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm actually free-handedly cutting this thing. I'm using free hands, no templates. Because I'm rushing, not because I think I'm more skilled than anybody. This ain't bad. Look at that. It's just too long. Perfect. This one is perfect, guys. I just need to get the flip side now for the next side of the cake. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this back ways down on this one and just use the first one that I cut out as a template to cut out the second one. So both of them are the same size. Like that. So now I have one for one side and one for the next side. I'm going to be using this tool to apply some stitches to the sides of the thingy. So I'm going to stitch around the edges. Are you seeing what I'm doing? Like, this is looking so cool. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry the camera is so far away. This is looking so damn cool. Look at that. Are you seeing the stitches? So cool. Anyways, let us put this cake together now. Look at that. This is so cool. I'm so excited. Guys, are you seeing this? It's not ugly. Thank you. Look at that. I'm so excited. All right. Let us get the other bits on now. And you're going to see this cake come from 10 to 100 in like seconds. I'm going to start applying the buttons. No, let me put the bow on first. Guys, I'm so excited. Guys, look at this. When you're talking to me, you need to put handle on my name, okay? Like, look at this cute cake. Look at this cute cake. I'm so excited. Anyways, it's not done yet. It's not yet finished, okay? These are all dry now. Using this to fit some balls in here and there. Hello. I'm decorating a lovely cake. Look at this. What do you think about it? Isn't it lovely? this is it, guys. This is the lovely cake, and of course I finish all of my cakes with a matching ribbon around the base of the cake board. And that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you all for watching this live video. Thank you for all your comments. This is the final cake. Very cute little tuxedo. I love it. I'm happy with it. If you've got any questions, please ask them in the comment section. This video will always be on YouTube, so you can get to watch it over and over and over again. Until next time, keep on baking, okay? And send me your lovely cakes.